Well, hello. My name is Bridget Gregg Donnell. I am here today to share some things with you that God has shared with me. It is Friday, March the 1st, 2024, and I hope that all is well with you and yours. So, my assignment from the Father has been the same for the last few weeks, and it has not changed, and that is to prepare you for what's coming. Hopefully, if you haven't by yet, you'll have a light bulb moment. If you're on YouTube, I ask that you like this video. And if you enjoy it, please subscribe and share this information. Even if you're on the other social media platforms, please share this information. It's very, very important. I've been reading the Bible most of my life, and never have I ever really paid attention to these three words that God has been highlighting to me for the last few weeks. And that's war, disease, and famine all together. Those three words. And he's been waking me up between 1 and 4 in the morning. And every night he is highlighting war, disease, and famine. And the next word is warn the people immediately. God is concerned about you, and he wants you to prepare. He wants you to take this seriously. I would love to come to you with a motivational speech and motivational sermon and tell you how wonderful you are and how things are going to go wonderful and money's going to rain down from heaven. But that's not the message that God is giving me. He is saying, get ready for war. It is time to get ready for war. The Bible says, be anxious for nothing, but everything through prayer and supplication, let your requests be known unto God. This is not to scare you, but I tell you for sure, this is to make you aware and this is to wake you up. That it is time to prepare. Even if we didn't look spiritually, we can look in the natural and see what's going on. War everywhere. War in Ukraine, war in Israel. America's fighting the Houthis on the seas. NATO, which we're a part of in America, one of the officers, the admiral, said the other day that the NATO would probably have soldiers on the ground in Ukraine. Of course, Putin from Russia wasn't happy about that, so he's making his threats, and that's another threat. We have internal threats, we have external threats, we have economic uh, problems looming, housing, uh, um, possible housing issues. So many things are looming. Not to mention disease. That's for sure. It may not be in your city yet, but it is spreading across America, which they say is going to be worse than the last disease. Whether it's man made, whether it's, where it came from is irrelevant. The issue is that we need to prepare. And the first line of defense is through spiritual warfare, and that's through prayer. We need to be praying, asking God, which way should we go? Asking Him for provision if you don't have it, so that He can bless you to be able to stock up. Stock up food, stock up water, stock up supplies. My last video was like, be prepared for anything, and that's so very important. Don't get caught procrastinating. That's the reason God keeps emphasizing it. Number one, because He loves you. Number two, because we have a tendency to procrastinate and ignore the signs. The signs are all around us. Many experts in their various fields, whether they're experts in military, experts in economics, all of them are saying the same thing. And you know what that is? That the average person does not know what's coming for them. That is what they're all saying. And so I believe that. I was having a casual conversation with the lady, and I just happened to ask her, are you storing up food? Are you storing up water, food? And she was like, for what? What's going on? She didn't have a clue. We are busy scrolling on the internet, which that's why you're watching me, and we don't watch, any source of other news. And we're used to America and other nations. The wars never happen in our country. It doesn't happen in England. It doesn't happen in America. It hasn't happened in the, Caribbean. It's for those Afghanistan people or over in Israel. No, it's coming to America this time, more likely than not. And so it's very important that we wake up and pay attention to what's going on around us. Um, when God says something once, we should pay attention. But when He says it 2 and 3 times, it's really time to start seeking Him. Um, I was looking at, thinking about it was Second Chronicles 20:9 when he talked about war, famine, and disease. Revelation 6, Jeremiah 29, Ezekiel 7, Jeremiah 24, Jeremiah 14. On throughout the scriptures, he has highlighted to me war, famine, and disease. When I make these videos, I told God that I feel like Noah, because God told Noah to build an ark and that it was going to rain. The people there laughed at him because they had never saw rain before. And so Noah kept building and kept warning the people, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Usually the water came up from the ground and it descended to saturate the vegetation there, the grass. But this time it was coming from heaven. And when the rain finally started coming and the flood came, it was too late. It was too late. And that's how it's going to be when something finally happens. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be another shelter in place because of a disease. I don't know if it's going to be a war or attack on America, an invasion, or economic collapse. Who knows what it's going to be? But all of those things are looming over us. It'll be too late then to run in a grocery store and try to get water or supplies. And we can't count on anyone to come save us. This is your opportunity. Thank God for His warning. This is your opportunity to be in control of your own life instead of waiting on someone else to save you. I am so grateful to God for warning. There's a scripture I think about. Proverbs 27:12 says, a prudent man foresees evil and hides himself. The simple pass on and are punished. Prudent means practical or wise. A prudent individual perceives potential harm and takes action to avoid it. The inexperienced, however, dismiss these signs, resulting in suffering. This verse underscores the importance of acknowledging impending destruction and adapting accordingly. It's time to move. I think God tells us so far in advance because actually I started really God first time God gave me this was 2020. And so at that time I started telling people and nothing happened in 2021 and 22 and so I looked at crazy, but I risk looking crazy because now things are really getting contentious and it's so many things at one time. We didn't know in 2020 when COVID hit. We didn't know. Grocery stores were looking scarce. Things were happening that never happened before. We didn't have a clue what was good. We thought a lot of people thought the world was coming to an end, but now we have warning. Now we're told. Luke 21:11 says there will be a great earthquake, famines and pestilence, which means disease, in various places, and fearful events and great signs from heaven. Signs of approaching devastation aren't always mundane, but sometimes cataclysmic. Luke underscores the significance of being vigilant in interpreting these signs, imparting the necessity of discernment in tumultuous times. We need to discern what's going on around us. We want to be aware of um, of what's going on. We don't want to have our heads stuck in the sand. Um, we don't want to say, I don't want to hear that. We have to be realistic about our lives. Different stores, we see different stores are closing. That means economic problems. When Macy's closed 150 stores, there's economic problems, meaning the people with middle income, lower to middle income, can't afford uh, to shop. However, They're increasing their number of Bloomingdale stores. What does that tell you? That the wealthy keep shopping, but those who are middle income aren't able to afford, so they're closing 150 Macy's stores. Not to mention other stores. I think Walmart is closing a few stores. Um, on my Facebook page, I posted where Rick Ross says that he is building a bunker, and I talked about other rich people building bunkers like Zuckerberg, who's the founder of Facebook. They're building bunkers so that they can store up food and live comfortable until this storm passes over. What do they know that normal everyday people don't know? We may not can build bunkers, but we surely can buy supplies and be prepared. Whether it's an EMP, whether where when the electricity goes off, or whether we lose power or water, whether the grocery stores close, we may not can build a bunker, but we can definitely prepare just to survive, and that's very very important. I wish I had a wonderful uh, sermon to give you today. I love to preach. I wish I had a motivational speech to encourage you and tell you how wonderful you are. But this is about survival. It's war, spiritual and natural. I want to encourage you today to seek God. Seek God and pray and get busy. Going to the store, looking at your finances, seeing what you can do. I went to the store today and I like to shop. Publix always has, here in Nashville, I always have BOGO, buy one get one free. And if I buy one, I can get it for half price. And so I bought some soup that was half price, some pancake mix, some Prego spaghetti sauce, and some pasta back there. I bought some honey, but that wasn't it. That was at another store. Honey is a very good sweetener, and it lasts forever. Tomato sauce, tomatoes. I bought some tuna that was marked down. So just every time I go to the store, I'm throwing something in my buggy to add to um, my supplies. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Little by little, you can get it and make it and survive. And also get those things you like. You may need a little chocolate to cheer you up if we're in some kind of shelter in place situation, or your favorite brand of coffee. And I know I sound like a broken record, but I don't have nothing new to tell you. The only thing I can tell you is prepare. And that this time, when I talk about God waking me up, I feel a shift in the atmosphere. I feel a certain new urgency that God is putting on me to get this out. Before I was just coming, talking about our ideas, trying to motivate you, but I feel like he's pushing me. And I don't know if that's because people are not listening or that people are procrastinating, but I feel the urgency of God. And so I want you to take this serious. Take this serious. And so I love you. I'm praying for you. I believe that you will see God for yourself, make the right decisions, look around at what's going on, and say, hey, it's time for us to set aside a closet. Or, I just got stuff stacked here in my dining room. It doesn't have to be fancy for me because it's survival. You can get a closet, a garage, or under your bed, wherever you need to stock supplies. Just do it. I will be talking to you next week, and I pray that all is well and that you will be able to do what you need to do for you and your family. They're counting on you. Spread the word. God bless you.